Welcome everyone to today's live stream. Some more Orebound, more dwarven building, mining, and all the dwarven stuff we do, like drinking ale, brewing moonshine. Timmy is of course here and decided to be antisocial, look away from the camera, because you know that's how he is. Hey Jenny, thanks for joining. Timmy, you want your snack? You want it? You gotta get over here and get it. Look, it's right here. Going right here. If you want it, turn around. Come on. Tickle. Is that tickle at all? I can't get it to go under his leg, so he's just like, all right, whatever. Here. I was hoping he'd sit still and it'd just lay there for like 5 minutes, but of course not. So you get to watch the backside of his head as he starts munching away. Jenny, how are you? How are things? We're gonna do some more, of course, Orebound today. Obviously, that's how this rolls. But we've got some very specific stuff I want to get done today. You know, last time we did play around a bit with the farming and brewing stuff. We're going to do some more expanding on that. But that's not making a lot of money. I just want to expand on it so I can have a proper, like, okay, I did this. This is, I've got it set up, you know, it's working. And I'm going to have to double check my calculation on it because I remember calculating how many different farming fields I need, and it was a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to do that. But I got some other production I want to do first. Did you have problems with the flooding, Jenny? We got no rain yet. It hasn't hit us. It's supposed to hit sometime late tonight, I think, and start coming through our area. And I'm hoping don't flood, but you know, if it floods in my area, it's a lot of water. It's a lot of water. To get, like, I mean, my yard will flood a little bit where it'll be soggy, but you know, it because of the house being raised up a bit, having a crawl space and just the area, it would really have to flood a good bit. So I don't worry about it as much. I'm more worried if the power goes out and I need to do stuff. Like, fortunately, I don't think I have to worry about it interrupting, but I am having to help with a server migration this weekend. And I did part of it earlier, so I'm hoping it'll last till after the live stream. I don't have to do anything. How deep is the water for you, Jenny? Like, is it in your house yet? Or is it like, it's getting, like it's flooding, but it hasn't got in your house yet? Like in your crawl space or, you know, house, I assume basement, if it's like a usable basement and not a crawl space where it's just, you know, damp and musty kind of thing. If it's actually like a basement where you go down and do stuff, or even if it's like an outside door into a storage basement, I treat that as part of the house. You know, I consider crawl space underneath being that's the below area. The creek is over the road. Oh, well, you know, at least it's only that, you know, it's not the creek is now going through your living room. Oh, now you're gonna turn around after you ate, huh, Timmy? And my mom was all worried because of the flooding. She was like, I think we need to check and see if I've got flood insurance on the house. I don't remember if I have it. And I had to remind her she lives at one of the highest elevation areas around here. Like, there's a street above her street that you could go up to, and that's the very top edge where you can then, some of the houses at the very top side of that street have the view of the whole city. So as you up a mountain, or the largest mountain in the area, and I had to remind her, I was like, you know, if you have flooding, where we are right now is completely underwater. You're talking like most of the city underwater if you gotta worry about flooding. And she said, well, what about water coming into the basement? Like, well, you know, you might get the rain filling up, you know, of course the ground gets saturated, And water's gonna try to find its way somewhere. It might seep in through some cracks. You gotta get a little bit of water in the basement. She's got a sump pump and, you know, a sloped yard, so the rain goes somewhere. And there is, in the nice part of the basement, when they remodeled it 20 years ago, my dad had the bright idea to go ahead and put a drainage pipe, have them redo the foundation and put a drainage pipe in. So on the nice side of the basement, once water gets past a certain point, it literally has a drain that goes right out into the yard, just into the backyard at the slope, just pours right out, and is mainly hooked up for the dehumidifier to dump right into. But there as a backup in case something happens and it starts flooding. There is literally a big, you know, drain for the water to just go in and go out. So at most they get like maybe a ½ inch in certain areas of the basement. I think it is supposed to be heavy rain. But, and of course, we're worried more about tornadoes because of it being windy. But I don't think it's supposed to be like that bad. I know it brings cold. Like today, the high is 85. And then come Tuesday, the high is 58 degrees for the day. Like I had to turn the air conditioning on finally. And I love the time of year where I don't have to have the heat on. I don't have to have the air conditioning on because it saves so much money, you know. It's like, oh, I'm not using the heat. I'm not using AC to keep things cool. I'm just letting it go with the daily temperature. Gets just warm enough during the day, cools down just enough at night. And I actually had to turn the air conditioning on yesterday. It just got too hot in the house from being in the upper 80s now suddenly. And then next week we got lows in the 30s again. So now I gotta worry about turning the heat back on next week. Davey don't care as long as I keep him covered up. You know, if it's cold, put a blanket on him. If it's hot, let him spread out. Maybe aim the fan at him. All right, he's gonna lick his paw. We're gonna get started with some Orebound. And so make sure, yep, there it goes. So, since I don't have to worry about flooding here, we are going to expand today. You see, I'm at 1.3 million gold right now, which is not as much as I will need eventually. And I've got up to 4 million. I need to increase my production, make more money, but also I need to have a place to move this. I want to move all this and some other stuff up to the surface area because you don't get as many orc type attacks up there, and I feel like, you know, because I've got stuff down here, they might try to attack here, and I guess it depends really on if they're targeting the gold specifically. They might try to attack up top, but I'm kind of thinking I want to do it where I build and expand above ground and build an upper level where it's just like a big stash of gold and gems, since you can put gems and such on the little platters too for display. I kind of want to do that, make it look like a big dwarven vault, even though it's going to be above ground. But before we do that, I need more than what I have going at the moment. I need silver and gold. Now, we got silver last time. We got that set up through my tunnels here. I had that before. We built this one last time. And I have continued to do some more tunneling to get things kind of easy access. Like, I'm actually starting to just place beacons down to help me remember where things are so I can line them up. The placed beacons are not as good on how easy they detect visually. Like the King Quest board, super bright. If I put new path point, you know, you don't really notice it because I am there, right there. That is it. It is that weak, right above the cursor. You can't even really tell it's there unless you just know, or you just happen to see that tiny little shimmery effect. And then I see it there. So the placed beacons are much weaker, but I've started placing them around just so I can know where to tunnel. So I know I've got that. I want to just build a tunnel out from that. And we've got that spot there. This is the silver, which is overflowing to make me money. I want to improve upon that. And I got to remember where it is. But I've got a gold unlimited deposit around here as well. I just got to remember which path it was I took for it. And I think I've got... It's not this one. It's the next cave, an ogre to fix. So that's copper. I do have a couple of small deposits I want to set up. Oh yeah. So coal, 2 coal deposits. I can't remember if there's another one over here. No. So 2 coal deposits. There's more of that right there. Tunneling to kind of look at. And then I kind of want to build a big, massive frame around this spot and dig that and that out. At some point. It's over here. This is where I think I got an ogre. I still got to take down. Or I did. There he is. Okay. Unlimited emerald spot here. So I've got that. And there was a gold. Like small 10,000 item gold deposit. I want to say it might be this one. I was going to start with. Yeah, I was going to start with that. Kind of get going. I got stairs. Let me get up into the previous area. More copper. So I would like to see some kind of not like sign like text, but I'd like to see some kind of artwork themed, like icon based marking. The idea, and this might be another gold, 2 gold deposits. Okay, so we got 20,000. I can at least get going there. I would like to have it where I could do like a giant like display, like, and like a big painting basically that lets me say, oh, here's a silver, you know, ore icon. It's a giant painting, and I can see that and be like, oh, silver is this way. So I would like to see something like that. It'd be kind of nice to put it on the tunnels themselves. See, that's coal. All right, so yeah, this. I'm trying to remember my pathing. That's why I also want to do some more of the tunnel structuring. But I'm kind of. That's why I'm trying to think of ways to help me remember directions for stuff. And the idea was, you know, some kind of artwork, painting style setup where you could have it be, hey, here's a painting and it shows this icon that you choose, and now you have, I think that is an iron, maybe? Might be sapphire. But, you know, you look at the picture from a distance, and bam! That's the silver direction right there. Obviously, depending on what you're doing, you might have a bunch of images you have to stack around. But I thought it'd be kind of an easy way to just look at a, you know, path and be like, hey, that's the way I go to get to the silver spot. Oh, it's also got the gold icon, so I go this way to get to my gold spot. You know, it'd be an easy way to see it without having to just do like really big text somewhere. I feel like that would be more fitting in with the dwarven type styling of it. Instead of just being, here's a giant sign, let's put in an actual like display of some sort. Maybe not necessarily a painting, but you know, custom carved statues. Let's build statues that are carved to resemble something, you know, that we can use it as a way to designate that's what's over there. I feel like that would help since we are doing so much tunneling. Even if you are using rail cars, the mine carts to get stuff from one point to another. It might be a case of like, okay, this rail goes this way. What's over here? You gotta get to where you remember it. And that thing like Satisfactory, you have a fixed map. This is random generated. So you got a lot of stuff that, because of that random generated aspect, it's repeatable. You know, texturing, stuff like that repeats. Or there's similarity to it. It's not like Satisfactory where the map's designed. It's not like Subnautica where the map's designed. And you can say, you know, you get familiar with the landmarks more easily because it's designed with more variation because it's intentionally designed. Whereas this is, there's variation, but, you know, it's based on random generation from the game. So you don't get as much variation. Like looking through each of these tunnels, these caverns, they look the same. I just got to remember which way I'm going, which is why I would like some nice method of saying, hey, I put this sign here and now I know, you know, I look over there and I can see, you know, at the top there, it's got a silver icon shows and then a gold icon shows. I'm like, okay, that's silver and gold over there. There's no map right now in this Be Tactical. You could do the custom markers. I get to do that. Okay. Apparently I have got rid of my my heads-up display. What? How did I do that? I'm not sure how I did that. I'm not sure what I did. But there is no map on it. Where is high? Okay, in UI. I don't remember hitting in for that. No, there's beacons, so I can select beacons and do there's the emerald spot. If I look around, there it is. I can see it, the flicker just barely right there. I think that's it. That might not be it. We'll see for sure. That's not it. So yeah, I could do that. The beacons I build are much weaker than the one I get from the quest board. The quest board you can see for a long distance. The ones I build short distance is blue, so down here it kind of blends in with the background. Again, the map is generated. Granted, that doesn't stop other games from having that. It would be nice to have a way to draw out a map. I mean, even Minecraft has got maps. But yeah, right now I'm kind of trying to figure out how I want to organize things so I can say, hey, I know what's in that direction, other than having to try and remember it every time. Since I don't want to deal with the massive trouble of building out a rail network or something like that, and then have an update come that changes everything so substantially that it just breaks my whole network. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to do just the way I've been doing it, going grabbing stuff. Well, I need iron plates, copper plates, iron cogs. So we're going to get some gold production going. Actually, let's not do that yet. Let's start with the next floor, because I've got silver being produced. I'm using silver to make stuff and make some money. But I've got this floor. We need to turn it into basically this. Same thing up top. And then I'm going to have to break that and redo it so I can get the coal feed and the steam water production all going correctly. I don't think I'm going to need more water production. I think the one is going to be enough in this case. But I will need some more steam, the boilers. So I'm going to have to add some more splits over here for the coal. And have it where I squeeze in some extra boilers and then run the extra steam up this way. kind of want to see if I can tie everything together in one whole thing, but for now, let's start with... Oh, it might help if I start with the actual supplies. You know, you play one game, you get used to it, saying, oh, this is in your storage. Well, you can use it from your storage. That's not a problem. Versus another one where it's like, oh, no, you got to carry it with you. Now, obviously, I'm talking about this versus a loft. A loft, I could just start building. This, I have to go and, you know, do this. Grab all the supplies. Alright. Trim some of this out as well. As needed. I'm going to do like I've been doing with the tunnels. And only break what I need in order to have good enough visibility. And there we go. Can I get enough? Yes! Alright. I think I need 3 high just to fit most of it. I think 4 was giving me a little leeway on some of them. The machine sticking up. I went up 5 just to create more imposing look inside. So it's like, you know, going up the elevator, you get a little bit more of a view. I could split the steam and everything out to where the steam is per floor and just have to do a bunch of splits on the coal. But I don't want to do that. I kind of want to like the idea of having all the power production in one spot. No. Satisfactory, I build where all my power production is in like one, or you know, multiple spots, but they're all tied together. But, you know, I'm not building necessarily a coal generator right next to where I'm going to use the coal power in Satisfactory. I'm doing the coal generators and having them feed power long distance away. I want to do kind of the same vibe with this, so I don't know how much I'm using at this point. Let's see, steam pipe. Oh, yeah. 10 water. And this is producing 100. So I'm only using 20 water. I can easily produce more. I will probably have to move the splitter here. Kind of back it up here. I may actually move this closer to the corner to kind of squeeze things a bit. I really don't want to disconnect those if I can avoid it. Because they're already hooked into steam and I don't have to go and you know, do that. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to move this over, and then that's 100 steam each. So I will be producing let's say I will need all the crushers, because the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have it, I just bring the silver and gold in. So I want to have 2 input containers, one for gold, one for silver. Like, I've got so much silver, I'm overflowing into my little gold box. So basically come up, turn, gold, silver, they go in, crushers, blah blah, feed through. So we're going to have the crusher takes that, creates the powder, smelter takes the powder, converts it into the iron ingot, and then the constructor converts it into the items I need, with the final thing being an auto market. So I'm just going to do that, whereas instead of storage coming off of it, since the auto market has so much storage space, I'm just going to have the auto market toggled off and have it acting as the storage output. And for now, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of at least do the lower most level to frame this in. Did Satisfactory change again since the 1.0 update? Because I know they changed it with the 1.0. And fortunately, the map I was on, it didn't mess me up. Like, for the stuff I had, it worked. I finally did restart and build a new game, but, you know, I got to that point of, okay, I got things kind of slapped together. They're working semi. Now it's time to start building, like, my main factory base where everything's going to kind of come in and be, you know, my central distribution center kind of thing. And I needed to do a iron and copper production facility, and as I started doing that, I was like, I can't make up my mind how I want to do it. I got like the idea, but then doing the execution was turning into a pain, and I just lost interest again. You know, it's one of those games where there's so much focus on the managerial side, the factory management side, that you gotta have to be into it. If you're not feeling it at the moment, it's really hard to want to play that game because there's just so much specifically geared around like minute details, like the flow of, you know, here I'm worried about, I got 100 water, it goes into the boilers use 10 each, so I could do 10 boilers off of one water pump. Each steam boiler produces 100 steam, and that's it. That's basically the power. I don't have to worry about the flow of items as much as like how many items per second are flowing on that. That might change in this game. I'm hoping it doesn't, because I really like kind of, you know, not going, they don't have to go over the top with it. You know, if they go over the top and try to make it too much like Satisfactory, it's gonna be one of those, why don't just play Satisfactory? You know, just instead of stumbling through this while they're trying to continue to add the content, just go play Satisfactory. It's got the content. Alright, so if I do my belted storage, and I'm thinking I want to do, I like to do the double-sided, but space-wise I might need to do just single. So I come in, silver goes in here, gold goes here, and it starts firing off. One idea I kind of had for this was the crusher, which, let's go look down below. Yeah, I know for 1.0 they changed nodes in Satisfactory, and I redid my game. It's just a case of when they said it was going to break old game saves. I don't think it did that for everybody. Like my old save after 1.0, it still worked. All my stuff worked. Really hard for me to want to dump that save because of where I was. But some of the stuff I had not built out yet, it was less convenient as a result. Okay, so yeah, we get the iron ore. That's maxed out because I got so much coming in. That's not going to be the case here. We're not worried about how much per second. I just need it to go into the crusher. And then we have this, which I am not filtering at the moment. So we just get the iron powder goes in. Iron ingots come out. That's all we're doing. So crusher is 10. And oh wait, okay, that is one thing. Duh, I forgot. It's not just it's crushing and you can mix and match. I feel like the crusher should just work as a central crusher. Hold on, go up. Like, does it really matter to tell the crusher that it's crushing silver ore versus gold ore, or could it just be you're crushing ore? And the powder goes along this conveyor, and then from there you worry about the powder going in to smelting. I mean, honestly, you could almost say the smelter, it shouldn't matter either, but we're just gonna not, you know, try to oversimplify things. Gotta do, oh, hey, iron plates. Okay, so, but I could do a crusher here, and it does keep it skinny, but maybe just not perfectly aligned. I could make them aligned. Do it like that. It goes there, so it goes through crusher. Crusher for silver. Crusher for gold. And then that.
Yep.
Then from there into smelters. I'm just gonna build the basic infrastructure out, and then worry about the steam cost. And I need more wood now. All right, so belt. Oh, they are the upcoming update. I think we talked about this last time. The next update for this is going to have stuff changed where the conveyors will be matching height. As you can see, that's not matching height. They're going to change the design, and stuff will have matching heights. So visually, it'll look more consistent. They say it's not going to break anything. That stuff will continue working. It just will look goofy. But we'll see. So that is something that's coming. That's why I don't want to get overly complicated with this and have something break like a rail network at some point, and I have to go and like do a massive overhaul. Okay, now hopefully we'll also get some reworks of these designs so they're easier to manipulate when you're trying to place them. Alright, so we'll do that. Since this is not a steady flow of materials, I am just going to go with simple. What? That is in, right? Did I have? Okay, you know what? Let's do that. Oh no, had it wrong. Or yep, okay, I had it backwards. All right. There we go. Okay. Now. Do that one there. And also, we'll have to change things so that these don't actually overlap with this next update. But that should feed in. All right, so I'm going to do this as the gold. And then this will be silver. I'll have it be the same thing. I'm just going to keep it like as it goes through. Silver to the left, gold to the right. I'm not going with like over the top because I'm only going to have so much coming in at a time. Go manually get it. All right, and that gives me gold ingots, which then goes to the constructor, which I don't have enough cogs. Wait. No, I do have enough. Okay, just enough. Wow, I'm actually going to have extra room up here. So we'll do this two ways, because I have something else I need. And of course, yeah, did not line up. So line it like that, just right up. Okay. Yes, that should be it. So I'm going to do this as a double feature because that's plenty of room right there. What I'll do is I think if I can make this work, we're going to have the middle be like maybe right here. This will be where I put the auto market, which I'm going to have to change orientation to get stuff in correctly. Or, oh, you know what? I may just have to do mergers for it. So, gold and iron into this. So, this is going to, or silver and gold, sorry. So, we'll start with, I'm trying to think what I know, you know what? Silver rods. I know I'm going to need silver rods for something. And we'll just do the same gold rods. So these will produce, they'll feed over into here. I have it toggled off so I get storage. And that's that. what I do is when I come up, I want to leave it open so I can walk over here, access it. But on this side, see if I can squeeze this in. I can. We're going to do the same, like that, so I can get around. Gem polishing. I'm now kind of wondering how that is going to line up. Ruby, I need 3 for that actually, because it's ruby, sapphire, and emerald. I may change this and do it as just a double, and then do well, that's more than a double. I guess technically I could build it up. Oh, hey, Felonies, good afternoon. Objects do snap is just, like, you know, be tactical in Satisfactory. You have a grid system that lets you, when you put it there, it shows that line between the two sides as far as the conveyor connection and such. This doesn't do it. It's got this little grid thing there, which you see, that doesn't help on this because the grid is at the top of it. And it doesn't highlight that there's an alignment with anything. You know, like right there, it really should be the same way Satisfactory's done, where it's got a snapping grid type highlight that shows, hey, this is lined up with this. It doesn't do that in this game, unfortunately. It should. I'm hoping that's going to get changed with an update. I think what I want to try and do is, I'm just going to do it as a storage thing up top. Let's find it. Alright, so I can target there. Get as far back this way as I can. Let's see. So now I can walk under, but I'll still have it where I can feed it over. I'm thinking I'll just do it as a single machine aspect of. I don't even have the gem polisher yet. So I'm thinking I might just do that where, okay, it depends on what gem I put in. I may build it so that it has. I could do this where I have a. It comes out with a splitter, and we are going to get bigger splitters on the update, so I could change this then. I might wait and do that with the update. Have a 3-way splitter that says this direction is emerald, this direction is sapphire, and this would be ruby, and it just splits it into 3, which I've got to do 2 stages. I got to do cutters and polishers, and then it feeds into here. I've got unlimited ruby, so it may just be I go ahead and do this with a single setup where it feeds into the cutter, then the polisher, and I just get a bunch of nice polished ruby gems to act as extra money. Let's see, that is not wanting to show me anything. 12,500 for a stack of 100. There we go. So, you know what? Let me just take one. So, 22,500 for emerald. And I've got that emerald spot. I just got to go get it set up. I can literally just, this is money. You know, making money. And that, okay, so emerald is the most expensive one of the 3. And I've got an unlimited emerald spot already. So, I think that's going to be the target. Is get that one set up. I need to make the dinnerware and the gold rings first. Okay, so let's change this to. I'm actually making dinnerware down below, just not the gold rings. So these will be. I gotta make it where I can get around to here without being too crazy. in the way. So that and the gold rings. So those will go. Okay, so power-wise, I need 20 steam. It's 40 more steam. So that's 60 steam. And that's another 20 steam. That's 80. Yeah, that's 20 each. So that's 40. That's another 20 there, another 20 there. So I've got 80 steam. That's not bad. Okay. Let's go ahead. I'm just doing merger as a just in case. Copper ingots. I need that. Yeah. I want to get that started. We'll do that first. And get this kind of running. That means to make this run, and I don't know what it is about this ladder. This ladder sometimes won't let me climb it. Like I run at it, it won't climb. I jump, it'll climb. Then I'll jump at it and it won't climb, but I run at it and it climbs. It's very hit or miss on that particular ladder. I don't know why that one. Okay, let me get that. And that goes into here. Then we'll have the gem, cutter, polisher into here. And I get this can be storage for a little bit, and boom. Come in. Bunch of emerald. It goes in, makes me a bunch of emerald gems that I just turn around and sell. It makes me money. That's part of what this is. This is a money making operation. Okay. So I got that going. I need the steam. Technically, I can make this work without having to move anything. Or then I need coal to come in. Oh, God, this is going to be the worst part of it is redoing this. I'm about to shut everything down. And figure out where those pipes go. Alright, so there's that one. And there's that one. Let me just take these out. Ah, okay, so this. I need something to say, you know what, here. Park right here. This is the spot they go in. Alright, so these are going to get redone. I want to take this out too. Okay, yeah, this is going to be all redone. I'm going to let it run till, well, no. Yeah, let's, while that finishes, I can go do something else real quick. Drills. So iron plates, copper plates, iron cogs. If I do... I don't need to do... I mean, technically I could do super automated. I could do this with coal for the steam, produce the drill, just have it keep going. But I could also just throw portable drills since it is a 10,000 piece, 10,000 individual pieces at each spot. I almost feel like I don't want to do a fancy setup that I'm just literally going to take apart. I know I'm going to take it apart. That, and then well, that's good. Because I've got unlimited coal production. Let's just do that. I'll do... I'll let that steam what's currently being fed. I'll let that finish. And I'll get this going in the meantime. Hey, what game are you playing, Genie and Felonious? Are you playing this or something else? Like, are you back on Ark again? You know, I feel like there was a silver spot in one of these areas too that I did not get. Ooh, wait. What? There's a gold. Was it this one or the other side? Oh, Satisfactory? Or is it now a different game called Satisfaction? Oh, there's silver, I think. Maybe that's gold over there, maybe. Yeah, silver deposit. That may just be boulders. Trying to eat and type with one hand. Of course. What are you eating? We know what Timmy ate. Okay, I need that gold. I think that's it over there. This is an iron, right? It looks almost like it would be gold until you get the light on it. And then it changes color completely. Yep. It's the gold. And yeah, okay, here's the gold. So, you know, iron ore. Of course, I don't have any iron ore. Because why would you not use, like, refined iron of any kind for that? Okay. 6 of these. I mean, that's a pretty decent little start to get me going. As far as being able to come here, grab supplies. That will last a while. They'll burn through all of this, and then I'll move on to the next gold spot. So I want to check. I think I know which way I'm going now. Breakfast bowl with biscuits, gravy, eggs, and potatoes. That sounds good. I had a calzone. That's all I've had so far today. Though I've got a bunch set out for dinner. I've got 2 tuna steaks, 2 pollock fillets, because Aldi had it was like $5 for a 2-pound bag of pollock. So I was like, you know, it's whitefish. It'd be a good one to add in, so I got it. I mean, $5 for a 2-pound bag. And the fillets, the ones I took out are that long. I mean, they're skinny and they're like thin, but they're that long. Like, perfect for frying, you know? It's like, instead of frying catfish, you could fry this. You probably not even taste a difference. But I'm gonna grill them. And then the tuna steaks are like that thick. So I got those, and I got a sushi roll. That's gonna be my dinner. Timmy gets fancy food. He gets his little fancy wet food. That makes him fart like a monster. Cold and rain. It's not cold and rainy here. It's gonna be cold and rainy here. Right now it's hot and humid. Let's see, gem away, but 1 emerald gem. Okay, gold is going. Get off the ladder. This is still running. Barely even touched that. You know what? I'm turning this off. The flashlight. causes the, like that. Like, it lights up, but when you get in close like that, and you turn, that contrast change just takes so long for it to get back to good visibility. And I'm going to be so glad to have a three-way split on this with the new update. I'm just going to go ahead and take these out. There we go. Immediately stops pumping water. Okay, so this is gonna come out along with this and this and this. First, I am going to move this one. And we're gonna do the boiler. What? Should have taken that out earlier. I'm gonna put it right up to the edge and just kind of embed it into the wall. So I am allowing overlap. I appreciate that because we don't have, like Satisfactory, a way to create a proper junction connection through the wall on this. And I don't like the idea of having to leave just a big gaping hole in the wall, you know? Alright, so we got water, which is going to go into this splitter. And I'm just going to make this like the starting splitter so it can feed additional splits as needed. For now, I'm going to go ahead and do another splitter along here for some of these. Let's see if I can do this. I can avoid having to rebuild. Okay, so I'll have to disconnect those. That's good. This will feed up. Well, right now I don't have to disconnect them. This is just gonna get ugly. I feel like I need to build like almost an entire floor just to this part. Which, you know what? Once I get some stuff done up top, I can move all of my money storage and I'll just build right up along the back of the elevator and just cover that section up completely for fuel. And I may just have it where the coal comes inside and redo all of this where it's going across and feeding through all this, just tons of power. But for now, that should be enough. Okay. Just gonna do this. Okay, so we'll do that side. And then we're gonna go one. Two. Three. Okay, so that'll produce the water to produce the steam. Now I just gotta get this part done. So now I need to split into 4. Okay. I think the best way to do this is just gonna be build out. Actually, let's just do it like right here. Okay, and then these two. Just to make it quicker to get back inside. Do that. Okay. So that is gonna have to come out. Okay, so that is a splitter. That is going. Oh, wait, so that was a splitter going into one splitter? So I already, oh, I guess, okay, that was, I put it in for this expansion and then just didn't have the expansion ready yet. I forgot about it. Okay. Yeah. Those should be sufficient. I definitely feel like the build range for targeting needs to be a good bit further out than it is. Like how SAS Factory has it. Because, again, some of these machines are so big and cumbersome to try and target because of being so up close to them. You need to be able to build from, like, a greater visual distance. Alright, so they're going. Gotta turn the correct way. That is coal, inbound, water, inbound, steam, going. That should be all the stuff up top doing my iron and copper production in full swing again. Which means now I just gotta hook the pipe up to here and get the distribution going up here. That. Okay. So, you know what? I'll just do it. Right here. Got a steam splitter here. Oh, I can target a good distance away from this one. Alright, well, then, you know what? Oh, we'll just do this. That back. I'll put it, like, right here. There. Okay. So that gives me the feed for this, which, of course, is... I'm going to treat that as the main. Just the main junction. So I need one to go for those two. One for these two. And then I'll still need one for these two. Yeah, okay. So 3 splitters, that works. We'll get that going. Pipe work for... Yeah. That's why I stockpiled all this stuff early. When I get low, I'll just turn back on production of it, stockpile again. I do appreciate that factor of it. Different from SAS Factory, that the market can be toggled off so that you can use it as storage. And then when you're ready, you just go, oh yeah, I'm going to turn that on now and let that be the overflow like the awesome sink is in SAS Factory. Come on. Like it, I targeted through it and then it just stopped wanting to target. I guess that can go. That saves me a little bit of... That saves me one connection. Oh, and I'll still need one going over that way. So yeah, we gotta do another one right here. I can do that. Yeah, that's here and over there. Okay. So moving stuff. Let's get some gold. There'll be 6 stacks of gold. I got at least that many. Silver waiting, so Get this, I'm about to hit 1.5 million. And this will produce... We're going to set this going, I'm going to let it go. And just run through all the silver and gold I put in. And once it's done, I'll have what I need to unlock the gem polishing stuff, and we'll build out that. While I'm waiting on the gold to process, or silver and gold to process into those materials, we'll go up top after this to do some work up there. Let's see. Okay, so I was thinking it was through this one, but it's not. It's through there, which means it was next to the silver one. And I saw it. It's another one. There it is. So grab 6 stacks here. 6 stacks of silver from the farm over here. Right? No, I've got silver. We'll just use what I've got. I got too much already. That is... Yeah, see, that's... No point in building a full-fledged setup on this one, since it's going to run out. Y'all build a full setup, and then it just runs. So it runs out, I gotta break it down, move it elsewhere. That's just it. Run this now. Oh, you know what? I also do need to clear an ogre. So, might be worth that being the next thing. Oh yeah, there's a small emerald one there. I could do that too first before doing the ogre. I may end up adding that as just an extra bit once we get the gem polisher going. Gems, I just see that as being the money side, and maybe later on having them for display. You know, having piles of gems on the little vault tables just feels like it would look appropriate instead of just being piles of gold everywhere. And this is very, like, you've got a mission, but overall it's very satisfactory type of gameplay, in that you're just supposed to keep upgrading and upgrading. And part of the upgrading process is literally just trying to make money. You know, you do need items to buy upgrades, but at the same time, some of this stuff is really just mainly focused around how much are you going to sell it for to make gold, to fill your coffers. So you look like the proper dwarven kingdom with, you know, a big hoard of, or a big stash of gold all over the place. Okay. See? I don't know why the ladders are so problematic right now. Okay, so silver, gold. Also be nice to be able to change the color on them a little bit. Give them like this one, keep that color. This one more of a goldish sheen. Alright, so that's going there. That's going there. Got smelting stuff there. That's going there. And this is off. There we go. Dwarven dinnerware and golden rings. What I need for the unlock. Now, let me think about what I need first. We're going to do mini turrets. I need some more coal. Probably. I don't need stone. So, get the stone out. I do not need plates. Right, those. Ingot, cogs, and yeah, so I don't need pipe work, and I don't need plates. So, good on that. I'll keep the ingots just in case. Sapphire gems. Don't need those, and I know I need wood. So, build these, throw some coal in them. I think I'm going to take more. I can easily go refill this. So, let's go fight a big ogre. So I can have access to emerald. And then I just, same thing. I'll basically, so I've got coal production down below. I've got coal over there being produced with excess. Technically, I could take from either spot, but I've got a coal spot down here specifically to provide fuel for other things. Later on, we might do conveyors or the rail work to make it automatically feed them, but, you know, for now, it's just simpler since we don't know how things will change with updates. And then it's farming time. I want to do a big farm. I want... The moonshine is not making a lot of money. Let's go ahead and say it that way. It's not going to make a lot of money. But just to say I did it, I want to build a big moonshine production setup. I want to balance it out. And I want to kind of figure out the layout so it looks better. We'll build the first floor of the up top surface area build, and then we'll have a spot. Then we can kind of, if I have time today, we'll build it a little bit on the second floor up top and start building out a big gold and gem setup. We're stashing everything. And not this one, it's over this one. Now, I know there's probably another spot on that side, probably one in that direction too. I just don't know for sure. I don't feel like just digging random holes in walls without knowing there's something of value. There he goes. Took a second for him to render. Okay, so we'll do same thing. I'm just going to kind of get in a good position. That's pretty good right there. Separate them out a little bit more. And I don't have enough iron ingots. Really? I thought I had more than that. Okay, so I'm going to top these off. Last time I did with like 7 of these, and it worked quite well. You know, I just need him to chase me and let them shoot. And there's a boss. Yeah, it's a boss. I gotta keep him from getting too close to them. That's the thing, is before, last time, he got close enough, he drew aggro from them and started attacking them instead of keeping focus on me, and destroyed like 3 of my turrets in one swing. I'm gonna say I think it was a little excessive. Oh! And then he dies. Can't even block his attack at all. Like, I block and it still kills me. Yet we have no ranged weapon for our dwarves. I don't get a gun. I feel that should be coming. That there should be a gun that we can wield. You know, musket, shotgun, rifle, whatever you want to call it. Give us a gun. I really hope the body's still there. I mean, I got my stuff. I hope the body's there because I need the skull from him. And I get the guy's a big ogre. You know? He could knock me back with his attack. Like, one hit, he knocks me backwards. You know, and he deals, like, a lot of damage. If I block, it deals less damage, but he still knocks me backwards. A short distance. Like, I get that. That would make sense. Just instant death bothers me. You know, when we really, the only recourse we have is to build a setup where you are using a turret to help kill him. You don't get a gun. It's not set up so you can do the deed on your own. That kind of bothers me. It feels, that makes this feel very lacking when you have that option missing. You know, some people might want to sit there and be like, I'm just going to fight them without the turrets. Of course, he despawns. But you really can't, because one hit, you're dead. You have to get in there and swing and hit and dodge quick enough to not get killed by one hit from him. And that'd just be way too tough, I think, to make that work. Boss that was there seems to be gone now. Kind of looks like he's inside and almost stuck. Like he's trying to break free. So many skulls on top of each other. Alright, come on, guys. I need to get you away from this lovely emerald spot. I'm gonna destroy all of this outpost. See, at least with you, I get that capability. Oh, he kind of broke free. Even him, I can block the attacks. And, you know, not die while blocking. It's only on the ogres that you don't get the choice. You block, you still die. Take all this out. Probably gonna be already through the first stacks of gold and silver I put in when I get back, which is fine. So we'll have, basically I just need, I know I saw one. There's a large unlimited gold deposit in one of these. Somewhere. I just gotta find my path to it again. And I need to go and set up. Really? So I can't target that. There we go. Gotta look up. I have a feeling some of the wall is actually gonna be inside of the deposit, and it's gonna still count as being active. So I'm hoping that doesn't lead to enemies spawning. It hasn't been a problem so far. Most of the times, even leaving these, enemies are not spawning again. In a few places, they'll respawn at random spots, but for the most part, they're not respawning in the camps once I clear them. Oh, and there's that other little gold spot. I just need to make sure I got a fast track to here. And I'll get this set up like I do with silver and such. You know, I can set it up and get it going, so it's producing the raw emerald ore, or the raw emerald stone, whatever you want to call it. The boss. And just a random pack. Another random pack. Yes. Alright, so nothing there. So we got the gold, the emerald. And I'm sure somewhere through one of these is another nice path I can take. I'm here. It's been like 2 weeks or so since I saw it, but we went wandering through a whole bunch of caves and tunnels, and I found an unlimited gold deposit. But it had like 2 or 3 ogres there. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Is just go past the silver, go to the right. There's the emerald spot. Because that's straight, and then go right by 1 from where I come down from the upper level. Everything for the moment, just to clear junk out. So let's see, that's 1 large orc skull short. If I had gotten the boss, gotten to loot him, I would have the 1 last skull that I need to do that quest, the combat quest. That is frustrating. That is very frustrating. Well, because you can't block their attacks and survive. Gold ore. Yeah, I need soul ore for that. We'll do this. Coal. That. Ore hide. Stop that. All up. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And drop this in. See? I don't know what it is about those ladders. One works as I walk up to it, and then one I have to jump to go up it. Then the other one will make me jump to go up it, and then the second one I'll climb right up. And pause. Whew. Okay. So I should have a, see, right there. Come to it. I can't climb up the stupid ladder unless I jump. I do not get that. There we go. Okay, so I think it was 75 each. You know what? Actually, yeah, we won't talk. We'll just let go. I want to say, yeah, 75 each on those for the upgrade. Yes, 75, 75, and 200,000 gold. Unlocked automation 5. What's left now is I need 100 turbo filters, which will require the, not the polisher, the combinator to make that. That's going to require some different work. So we got the cutter and the polisher is what I'm worried about on this at the moment. Turbo filter takes filters and golden rods. So that might be something I put on another level above the one I'm working now, where we'll have like, here's some inputs and I can just add more steam production up there and just have it where I go and build what combinations I need with the combinator at that time. And I just need that, and I need 100 ruby gem, which conveniently I've already got 100 ruby gem. I got more than that from fighting goblin guys. I think that's not war. That's, yeah, look, 245 ruby gem without polishing. I've got 100 sapphire gem. I don't have 100 emerald gem, but soon I will, because we've got an emerald spot unlocked, and now I can make, get off this, let's see, the gems. All right, so gem cutter, gold pistons, and precise gear, precise pipe work. So I need the combinator just to get some of the other things. Alright, so the gem polishing is going to wait a moment. Because, I mean, that is nice. I will get this finished. Well, can I at least see the size of it? That's the cutter. Alright, so the cutter, it feeds in like that. That's very long. And then the polisher. That might be one that goes like right here like that, and then the cutter gets kind of like an offset type thing. I'll make it work. Yeah, it's just emerald, goes in, gets cut, polished, and I make money. Okay, so now the fun part. What? Let's go up top. We'll go look around. We'll take a moment before I start building and building and building a bunch of walls. Yeah, nice view, and then we come up to the next level, we get another nice view, kind of going around, and then it'll come up, we'll be in another level. This will be where the combinators are, and it'll just keep going until either I build all the way up to the surface, or pretty much somewhere at this point I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm far enough. I don't need to go any higher at this point. I'll be satisfied with where I'm sitting at. That'll be enough floors. We'll come up here, and I have expanded up here since the last time. I've got it out about as far as I think I want it to go total in that direction and that direction for the moment. I still have a gap over there for like a animal pen type area, which I may still do as a like just completely separate thing. And I have built this all the way back over top the cave entrance that was here. There was a cave entrance right up here. You can see this little area right here. This was a cave entrance that went way past this point underground. I filled the whole thing in. It's very tedious, very long bit of work, but I filled it in all the way, so no sneak attacks from underground on that side. That means I now have all this lovely space, not as big as my original base in the first save, but it's still pretty big. This is gonna be the farming level. That's my plan for here. You see, I've got plenty going right now. This goes in here. Barley more than berries, so it's imbalanced. I gotta have more berry production than barley production. And moonshine is not the most valuable, but I am going to have this expand. I don't remember where the thing is for that. There. We're going to expand it to also do brewing of moonshine barrels. Barrels of moonshine. So what I need is, this is a 3-to-5 ratio on this. These each produce the same amount each time. So the easiest option is, let's see, this is 8. Yeah, 8 spots total production. So each one is a stack of 8. I need 3 to 5. So the first 5 times 8 is 40. You don't have an easy division of 3 with that, so I'd end up producing either not enough barley. I do like 36 barley, which means I'll be 4 short, and I'll end up with a surplus of berries, or I produce 42 barley, which means I end up with a surplus of barley and, you know, not enough berries. So to make this basically match evenly, I'm just going to do it 3 and 5. 3 barley farms, 5 berry farms. Automated farms, which take 50 water each. Now that is kind of the more critical part, is how much I'm going to have to do with the water. I produce 100 water every second, so I need 1 pump for each farm. I'm going to do 8 farms, so that's 4 pumps, 4 water pumps just for the farms to function. So yeah, 4 pumps to feed the farms, and then I need steam for 2 of these. 20 steam. So I need 1 steam boiler to do the brewery machine that produces the moonshine, and then the brewery machine that produces the barrel of moonshine, by taking that and combine it with the empty barrels. And I need a spot for putting in the empty barrels. So I've been trying to think how I want to redo this, because I'm gonna have, I got plenty of room. I want to make it look kind of structured to some degree, as best we can. I need to be able to drop off coal for the water and steam production, and I need to be able to drop off wood barrels, because I figure it's easier to transport the wood barrels already produced from down below at that spot where I'm producing my coal. Just switch it from, instead of sending the barrels to make money, it produces barrels into a stockpile. Grab the barrels, come up here, dump them in, it's got all the barrels it needs to produce the moonshine barrels. So I've got to have two places, two storages where I drop stuff off, and then I need one storage where everything goes. Actually, I don't even need one storage where everything goes. I need one storage where everything goes to sell. So I need a market up here. So an automated market, and then a whole bunch of these. 6 more of these. And 3 more of those. 4 for the farms, 1 for the steam boiler. Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be lots of fun redoing this. Since I've got to produce some other things first, I guess before I do the gems, we're gonna do this. Alright. Let's... I'm just gonna... We're gonna cut this right here. Yeah. Take that, put that up, and we're done. I'll let that run until it's empty, and we'll come back. This is not gonna make a lot of money. I just want to do it as a, I did this. It was built, it's handled. And then once I fill all the walls in, 5 levels high I think should be enough. Give me a nice visual space inside. We're gonna do another level, and it's gonna be just the riches, the big giant vault where everything goes. I'll still have the vault guy down here so I can dump stuff in, but all the gold will be on display up top. Now I'll have way more storage. Yeah, so that should be good. Still have some silver I can put to use over here. Should be worth seeing. Yep, okay, so we'll put that in. Go here. Ah, yeah, more dwarven dinnerware. I could have done the other, what I needed, the gold and everything here, but why do that? Why not just sell it and make it up top, make some money with it? Okay, so that is going. Still have plenty of this stuff. Okay, yeah. So, take a look at this over here. This is not a big deal. I feel like I could literally probably wait 2 hours. Oh, there goes Timmy. He's like, I'm gonna leave. He's gonna go lay in front of the fan. He said it's getting hot. It's like, it's getting hot. You go lay over here in the cool breeze. Yeah, so this, instead of going here, going straight into the market to make me money, I just need that. Come here, go into that, which means I need to basically rotate this around and have the barrels go in to, not that. Wait, is this actually doing anything? It's not getting... It's getting no overflow from anything else. This is just for that. So I just need to take this out. All right, now he's back. He decided that the fan was too breezy. Is that right, Timmy? Is it too breezy? Like you just need a little cool down for a second? Look. Okay, I'll let you go back to your napping. Alright, I just need storage over here. That's really all I need. And that will take care of the barrels. And we got walls to build. Let's go here. It's wood and iron ingots. I've got plenty of that. Yes, I probably should go and start smelting some of my regular iron and such again. Just so I make some more of it. So I still have the little portable drills in place. Also, come here and grab a whole bunch of coal. Alright, there's that. This is going to be... Yep. I'm not a fan of how things don't snap and line up in this. There we go. Come here, grab a bunch of barrels. Yep. Package up my moonshine. Sell it to somebody. Some other dwarven kingdom that I'd never meet. Let's see. And then I've got to worry about getting... I know there's the Electrum ingot. Electrum pickaxe, which requires Electrum ingots. I have not got that yet. So obviously there is some other little areas I have to go to. Actually, did I make the fanciest navigator? I did not. I haven't upgraded because I don't really need the upgrade yet. I make level 2. No, I did not. So I can make level 2. I feel like I just go straight to level 3 if I do that. Oh, we still need to research and build the bombs. The mountain vaporizer. Which does need precise gear, so I will have to do the combinator stuff, I guess. Alright, you know what, just to get some stuff out of the way. And the autosave. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, number 1, 2, 3, number 4. 2, 3, number, yep, and then 1, 2, that. Okay. So it's 2 after that, so 4. Okay. This is where this will go. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just go with keeping with the theme, even though it's not really going to allow me to see very much. There we go. It'll at least let me have this matching look. I'm almost tempted to just go and say I'm going to take, like, I've got the top piece there, take that out and just have it where it's just windows going all the way up. I'm tempted to do that. I don't have it on any other side because you can't really see anything. But at least coming from there, you get some kind of visual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. So I counted right. There we go. Okay. Join the SAS factory sometime. Cool. I'll have to take a look at it. I'm not sure about the cool ideas and tips since, again, I stopped playing because I got to that point where I was just like, I know what I want to do. It's just the tediousness of getting it to work. And I just kind of was like, yeah, I'll go do something else. I'm honestly cutting back a lot on my gaming time now, trying to spend more with like productive stuff. Just honestly getting kind of where I don't feel like playing as much these days. Like a few nights I'll just go without even turning this computer on. I'll just work on other stuff. I mean, it's good, you know. I'm being productive with other things. But yeah, Satisfactory is that I gotta get myself kind of in the mood, the flow. Because otherwise I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's enough of that. I'll go find something else to do. It's just so tedious on some of the construction elements. This is going to be the really fun part of cleaning up this stuff. To make it look nice where I don't have this kind of sitting inside. You know what? Let's do it like this. I'm just going to go. And of course, I tried to not over jump, end up falling short. I can't see because of this snapping in front of my face. Okay, that's that one. That should be. Okay, yeah, alright, so here. See, I had it lined up. That's what happened, is it snapped to the wrong spot. Targeting and snapping is very hit or miss in this right now. So I'll just do it like this. I have to kind of do it step by step. And of course, then that happens. You need to spring clean your living room. See, I'm trying to spring clean like my computer stuff. So much stuff I need to try and get rid of. I got stuff my dad's I need to get rid of still. Mainly just trying to free up room at my mother's. But also, you know, be nice to get it to somebody that actually will use it. It's gonna be spring, summer, fall, and probably winter cleaning for me this year. It's just gonna be non-stop all year. I still don't know how we are possibly even remotely considered to be able to build on top of ourselves and seal ourselves inside a piece of wall. I don't know how that is a possible thing in this. Alright, and now that's the only real complicated part. This is just build across. Really, I should be building up level by level and kind of going through and mining stuff out, I guess. Well, that's enough to get this started. I'll do that when I get over here to build the gem polishers. Okay. So, not gonna worry anymore about that. Gets rid of some stuff. Get rid of these barrels.
How can I help?
Not a cop. Let's just for simplicity, start with that. Okay, so farming and cooking. I need auto farms. I'm gonna need 8 of them. I got 2. So I'm gonna need 6 more. So wood, copper pipework, iron cogs. Okay, so we'll go ahead and grab some more wood. Okay. I'll grab 2 stacks of these. Alright, so that should give me the auto farms. I've got 1 brewing machine. I'm going to need another one, so I need some plates. Same thing. Just grab a stack. None of this matters because I'm doing the auto farm. And none of that. So the rest is water, steam, storage, and conveyors. I've got 2 storage boxes there, so I can use those. Probably will have to shuffle things around a little bit. Belts. We'll need a bunch of iron ingots. Grab that. Okay. Also the splitter copper ingots. Yeah. Hey, grab extras. I'm gonna have to go and smelt some more of those after this. Plates, pipe work. I got those. I probably are going to need some more iron plates, honestly. Iron ingot, got a bunch of that, got wood. So again, 5 pumps, 4 for the farms, because each pump will do 100 water. Each farm is 50 water, so that's 8 farms, 4 pumps. Pump 5 is to pump water for the belt boiler. I just need the 1 for that, which will have a split for making 2, or powering the steam to the 2 auto brewers. So I'm going to need water splitters because each water pump will need a splitter to split to 2 farms. Oh yeah. This is where it's starting to go in the direction of satisfactory complication and thinking, but it's not as bad. And so that should take care of that. So hopefully that's all I need. Hey. It's done. And I got 60 boar bacon sandwiches. Yes. That lovely boar bacon. Okay, so we gotta stay in the confines of these walls. It looks like that shut off. Almost, not quite. Still working on it. Okay, so let's kind of think on this. If this is all going to be farm area and steam production for anything else I need, I'm not moving that. That's fixed already. So the farms, farm is going to take up. Let's see. I'll build it around. Okay, like that. Based on the grid work, not exactly a 2 by 2 because these are foundations. So I could split these up and have a little gap between them, and at that point we're looking at basically a 2 by 2 foundation area. If I want to try to keep the farms all together, we're looking at 1 farm, 2 farm, 3 farm, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so yeah, Don't have enough to do it that way. Guess I could have it where they're all along the back. It is longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, yeah, that's it. So this is the back. Probably should have brought stone. Basically, I need water trunked along the back, feeding to the farms. The farms have the water coming from the back. They feed forward into... This is where the splitters could be done nicer. The upcoming update will help with this, but basically, I'm going to do mergers for everything. So every 2 farms will merge into... It's going to be like... I don't want to have them all, like, you know, doing this kind of reverse tree thing. Like, if you think of, like, family tree type of thing, you got the splits like that. I don't want it to be where it's merging, you know, 2 pieces merge here and these merge here, and it just ends up coming to a central point in the middle. I think what I want to do is I get up, I come over here, I'll have, like, the fuel input for the coal to feed everything. I might leave room for some expansion with that. But the power stuff goes over here. Water all feeds through there. Question is, how am I... You know what? Health-wise, we don't get a... We get a value for these, but we don't have a flow value. I technically could daisy chain... I could basically treat these like mergers for all of the water pumps. Put them together into one chain, and then have it be like, oh yeah, there's all of these pumps going to this one chain, and it's feeding all of these. I might do it that way, but I have a feeling then they're going to change it and make it where it's a value of how much water can go through the pipe at once. Alright, we're going to go... Let's get stone, just so I'm not... I need to give myself kind of a back edge to work around. So we'll start with the farms. That's the most space consuming part at this point. So I'll build the farms out, get them lined up, and then I can work on the logistics of the water and the outputs. Because really, I need the outputs. I can use mergers all the way. The splitters, while they don't say smart splitters, you can tell it one side is this item. So I could technically do every single thing, the conveyors, into mergers the whole way across, and then the very last step is going into the brewer, the automatic brewer. You have a splitter. It says on this side do berries, this side do hops, and then that's it. That's all I gotta worry about at the end. It can merge everything together. They go along. I'm building it for balance, so I should not... It should be a case of if it is producing that steadily that I actually get to overflow, it should be a steady balance still. Now, I should just be producing that much of everything. Worst case, in the end, I have to do a splitter that splits it into 2, or one of the new splitters that splits it to 3, and I expand on the moonshine production part that then merges into another brewer for the moonshine barrel part. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go on this. And try and think ahead around what they might... I know they're going to change and what they might change. This is why I say if you want a factory management game right now, unless you just want a dwarven themed game, there are better games than Orebound out there for the factory management part, because they're more involved, they're more developed. Satisfactory, you don't have to worry about them changing mechanics or changing the way conveyors work now. Factorio and some others like that you could get that are more developed than Orebound. Orebound really appeals to those that want specifically a dwarven theme. If you don't care about the dwarven theme, then you can get better games for the factory part than Orebound right now. Orebound's not a dwarven like RPG. You know, it's not like Fallout with some building. It's a factory management game themed around dwarves. So it is what it is. You know, it's coming along. It's just it's not close enough to all these other games right now in terms of the factory management aspect. So if you're looking for a factory management game, Satisfactory, something like that, that's already much more developed, is a better choice. That said, maybe you don't want Satisfactory because it's over the top. I don't know personally from experience on all of them, but there are other factory style management games you can do, conveyors and such, that are not as complicated as Satisfactory and are still more developed and put together than Orebound is right now. Oh, and I do need to keep in mind that this might be an animal pen out here for some of the food stuff, so that is something to keep in mind as I build this. I saw it. Shouldn't have overlapped like that, but it did. Okay, last round. There we go. Finish it when I move that. That gives me... That's still going. It's gonna take a while. So... let's count. Not gonna use the gap there, so 1, 2, 4. So 17. Let's see, make 1. Means this is the middle. I don't really have like a middle option for this, so let's do it like this. And yes, that lines up perfectly there. So leave this as a gap. Farms on the sides. Alright, yep, facing like this. And I think I'm just gonna do it where I'm gonna line them up this way. So they'll line up, if I can get it, I'm gonna line them up to the way the plank sits. Yeah, it's very picky. When you get further out, the controls in this, it snaps so minutely, it does throw things off. And that, or not snap, but you know, like as far as the grid, it's so minute, but it doesn't really help. It being that minute, it makes it a little harder to actually get things to place and stay lined up. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, yep. And same thing. I get to 5, 6, 7, and 8. thinking about this now. That's nice. It's big, but it's gonna be very open in the middle. What do I use the middle for? So I'm gonna change this. I'm thinking instead, let me find the middle on this side. So this should be middle. That should count as the mid section of this. So if I do... I make it where this is where I put in the coal. Like I come up there, run over here, got a thing, I drop off coal, it goes in, it's feeding all the water stuff. Then this feeds over here. What I think I want to do, even though we don't have stacking yet, we're gonna get that. I kind of want to go ahead and build this for that and save me some space. So I'm actually gonna build a interior higher level instead of, you know, going, just see how that looks. Overlap is gonna look ugly. So we are going one higher. If I build that going across here, means I gotta come out to this point. That's it. I just need it to go that. You know, we'll just do that because it'll give me a walking area. Might as well, if I'm going to do it this way, just go across. I can take these out. Oh yeah, forgot. Wood ladders only snap to wood structures. Wood stuff only snaps to wood stuff. You know, that's another thing they gotta fix. You gotta be able to mix and match more fluidly. Alright, so I'll do like this. Goes all the way across, so it'll be a interior level instead of a full extra floor like I'm gonna do. Above this will be just another level, and I'm just gonna stack these, which will be easy to make this work. This will look a lot nicer. And now I'm thinking about it, gives me a little bit nicer management option, because it has been a while since I tried it, but I'm pretty sure I do get pitch and yaw and all that, the roll options like I get with this. So what I'm thinking is I could mount the water splitters under this, like upside down, hanging underneath this. So that way the split, you know, it just goes along the ceiling. So there's nothing that I'm walking into, and then the water splits down to a farm and then up through the floor to one of these farms. It'll just make it look cleaner. At least as far as being able to maneuver through it. Oh, there you go. I'd like to be able to disable the stacking on this. Not the snapping, the stacking, where they want to stack on top of each other. Just that part, because that is very frustrating when it's trying to do that. Or, you know, building inside the you know, another block. Granted, I'd have to have overlap on for certain things to work the way they should. But stuff like that, you know, I shouldn't even be able to target inside. Which is why that should not work, because I shouldn't be able to target inside. Okay, like that. And then it'll be the same thing. You know, I gotta figure out how to line this up. Okay, so is that it? Nope, that's too far. Okay, that's right to the edge. That one. That did it. That lined up. Okay. So now I just gotta look at it from, say, this angle. So it lines up on that one. So we're just gonna line it up like this one. And I'm thinking this is lining up right. We're gonna find out. Yep. Booyah! So when we get the vertical conveyor options in the next update, I should be able to just conveyor out and down into a merger here. And then same thing, same thing, and same thing. So all these can merge together into the brewer, which means I'll have room here to do more. And what I can do is I'll just have, yeah, storage over there, all the water and everything being handled going that direction. I'll put this here for now. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that lined up in the center. Okay, come up here. We'll have water going in each of these. You know, again, I can do a pump that is actually back here. Pump hangs underneath. Water goes there. Water goes up top. And then conveyors out, moves over that way, dumps it there. So that's where I'm going to dump it. I can have it. I come up from the lower level. I run over here, dump coal in, and that's all the steam and water over there. That leaves me some room here for maybe something to do with animal husbandry, animal processing. We'll get that in a future update. And then I come over here, basically have it where I throw in a stack of barrels or a whole inventory of barrels at one time. It takes those and it starts spitting out into an automated market moonshine barrels. So I'm gonna leave that for the moment. I can make this work without that. Just gonna put it like this. I'm not even gonna try to hide anything in this setup, like I did down below where I've got all the wood walls. I'm hoping we're gonna get better stone wall options. So now this comes in, and we got all the water. I feel like I just want to have everything kind of facing this way. I'll just put, like, line it up to get the. See, why is the grid thing in the, not even the middle of it? It's like at the bottom 1/4 of it. Alright, so that's 5 water pumps. Yeah, like that. Jason, Jenny has to show off the membership because you weren't here. I do file a complaint with your own membership status. You know what? I'm going to do something a little different here. very different, actually. We're going to, not merger, we're going to split. This is where three-way splitters are going to become a lot more useful. Oh, this is, yeah, this is not going to be smooth, but I'll try it. Splitters need to be smaller. Honestly, the merger splitters should be smaller and more compact on the conveyors. Because what I would like to do here is instead have it be, here's the steam over here, and here comes this. Water goes up, comes down, maybe from the second level like that, or something, some kind of support structure when we get the next update. So the water comes from these, goes across, hits the steam. This is a splitter, and it goes, you know, it's like, all right, splitter comes out here, and it's got one that goes there, one goes here. Then that hits a splitter, again, should be more compact. That hits the splitter here, goes here, goes on. Here, splitter there, goes on. If it was like Satisfactory in the size of these, which it doesn't need to be that compact, but it needs to be half that size. It should fit on the conveyor more visually appropriately. And the fact that that is still not lined up. This is possibly too small. Oh, here, I might have to do it where I walk up and have it face here and feed that way. Guess I could do it like that. Just go this direction with it. Yeah, that. So it comes out and into a splitter. Again, we are going to get 1 to 3 splitters in the upcoming update. We just don't have it yet, and they need to be more compact. Basically, I need a splitter that feeds into this, and then out to the next one, feeds in that. The next one, I need them to be very, very short distance. Like if I do a splitter here for this, then this goes here. That one has to go into a splitter. It goes here, goes into a splitter, goes here. I'll be glad to redo this when the update hits, because this is about to be very unnecessarily messy. Because that size, that is way too big. It really is just way too big. I should not have to spread these out like that to make this work. I can spread out. I don't want to, and I should not have to. I should be able to make this work, but that may require the next update before that's really feasible. Also, properly stacking mergers and splitters are going to be in the next update too. So I really hope they are going to do a completely different design for this, because this is a bad design for this type of functionality. Actually, that almost stacked. How's it goes? It goes alright. Well, at least for me. Jenny might be a little wet and damp. You know, she's got some rain going. Also, when they add the change that the conveyors are going to be all at the same height level, that will help. Because I think that's part of what's making it be, you have to have a certain length of space between them for the conveyor to work. I'm not happy on this. It should be smoother than this. I'm just gonna do it like that. Let's do it like this. So I guess that's gonna be middle. These are probably not even gonna be lined up right anymore. Yeah, satisfactory. The way the conveyors and the splitters, mergers work with that, I'd already be done with this. This is not good. This is not good right now. I think, though, I can make this possibly work in my favor. It's just going to look goofy. And should not look this goofy. But it will. Alright, so that will go like this. Means now I need another conveyor splitter to here. And I gotta walk up here and get this one there. Okay. There. That, and for now, because I am definitely going to get that redone once they give us the new designs, the new update, that will work. It's ugly, way uglier than it should be, but it technically works. Okay, so now, water. The water pump aspect, which these may have actually needed to go a little bit further up than they did. In terms of that, I may redo this later. Let's just start with these. Yeah, just do it like that. Boom. Okay, so we'll do it that way. Do it like this. So that is right over. Okay, not. Yeah, just go ahead, I'll fix it. Again, alignment stuff would help so much on this. Okay, got it lined up. So now, that means this goes here. This, we'll do this one on each side. See how it acts goofy with the connection underneath. And then, let's, no, I could probably do it from down here, actually. Yes! Like that. And that gives me water split along all of them. Again, assuming we don't have a change that says, oh, now you are focused on a certain amount of water flowing through a pipe. If they change that, I'm going to have to redo this entire setup. So now I need a way to kind of merge this stuff together. I do it like this. And that. Might need some extra walls. And of course it, what was it? Reset rotation. I feel like it should reset the it should keep the rotation of whatever item you're using, but when you switch to a different item, different buildable, it changes the rotation for that buildable. You're not doing one rotation for everything. Like obviously a water splitter is different from a piece of floor or wall. I don't know why it should keep the same orientation on those. Focus on this side for right now. I see why most of the really big promotional designs I've seen for this game have been literally no walls, just big open platforms. The biggest builds were typically big open platforms in order to just make it easier to keep expanding and do this. Alright, so now let's do it that way. I could put, I really don't need one on each. Like, I could do one here, and it's 1, 2, and 3 go into it, and then number 4 feeds over there, which means really I can just do like that. Looks goofy, but it will at least keep it down and not like obstructive. And then this feeds down to one that is here as the junction for those. Again, assuming we don't have any change to the way like to it being a pipe flow limit. Alright, so that's those, and then I do one over here like that one, which is there. And what that gets is this pipe going there, pipe going there, this pipe can go here, and then I need one to go in there. We'll fix that with this. And that gives me a pipe that goes. Wow, okay. So on other stuff, you can reset orientation. You see, obviously the orientation changes even for the pipes. Doesn't technically matter on the pipes, but the visual orientation does change. However, I can't reset the orientation from the pipes. That's interesting. All right, that is the water all set up. Going here, that is coal feed going into there. Now I need steam, and steam, I really just need it to go. Yeah, I mean, technically, even if I just do a single pump, single copper connection, it can go all the way over here and to this point, come out here and hit a splitter for the 2 brewers, and that's it. Let's see what I've got going. Yeah, that's cut off. These should be done now. Almost done. It's still literally producing supplies at the moment. Yeah, it's just waiting on berries. Take all that. Take all. And you know what? Easy enough to fix. I'll just take that. I can rebuild it. So I can, once this ray pop the conveyor, it goes. That gives me all that along the back. So now I need Well, you can hear me, but it's coming from Timmy's camera over here. Because the microphone has literally just decided to stop even recognizing. Like it doesn't even see it connected anymore. So, Oh. Did that get it? There it goes. It took, I only got unplug it 5 or 6 times to get it to start recognizing again. I don't know why it does that. It's just sometimes it literally will just randomly drop like that. That's weird. I mean, I didn't hit it. I don't remember hitting it anywhere on during that. It's just kind of, it didn't even recognize anymore. It was still powered on, still had the light, it just gone. I don't know why. It's, why I want to get away from using a USB mic. It was nice to switch to it because I needed a better interface than the one I had, and the one I had was kind of problematic. Plus, SLR mics are more expensive, but I kind of, if I ever upgrade a mic again, I am getting one. Well, I can do an audio out on this. It still has to have USB power, but I can still do like an audio out into a interface. But I'll be getting me another mic, get me a nice shotgun mic that I can sit up there and won't have to have the mic in front of my face when I do it. And then I just gotta worry about the interface dropping at, for no reason. All right, you know what? These are, just go ahead and take these out. Yeah, I don't listen to, like, my audio. I can turn this up and listen. And hear, like, several seconds later, what I say. Because it does take several seconds for YouTube to pick up on it. But I don't listen actively while I'm streaming. Because it would be really tough to keep going. And, have it be like a 7-second delay. I hear myself talking back. So I don't keep an active audio feed for, monitoring myself. I just kind of have to watch the chat and watch the levels. It might be OBS. Sometimes it is OBS. Well, I learned not to upgrade it all the time or update it, all the time, because there were several times I updated and the update just hosed it. One time I did an update and it lost all of my stuff. That's why I now make sure to back it up when I make major changes to everything. Okay, so that will be the Dwarven Moonshine, which will feed out. And then if I do a storage thing over here, just, come in like that. So I just need a second one of these. I don't even know how I lined it up. Again, the grid thing is actually pretty useless in this. Do it like that. Did it have enough? Nope, it did not give me enough room. Alright, and then that will give me this production. Moonshine Barrel. Right, so now that is the moonshine coming out. And say this splits. I don't think it actually matters which side is which. But it splits that. I just need to get the steam over on this. That feeds in there. I'll put in my little barrel storage real quick. As I come in, I just, step out, put it here, this feeds in, done. And this just to say I did it. This really isn't gonna make enough money to justify this, but it's to say that I did it. I went ahead and put in the effort to set up an automatic brewing thing, and I make tons of moonshine to sell and make money. There we go. Okay. He needs no power. Water is handled. I need steam. And steam, I think the way I'm gonna do this is where I've got that. You know what? Let's just keep it simple. I was gonna maybe build like the upper floor and mount these underneath, but no, let's just keep it simple. You know, keep it simple, stupid. Or keep it stupid, simple, whichever way you want to say it. We'll just need that. And then I just need it to come somewhere over here. So, you know what? That's a good spot right there. Wonder if I actually have... I can do this. Probably do need to add some lights around here, but we're going to use this as a marker for a moment. Alright, just get on the closest side. And, oh, that is like, look at that. It's practically perfect. On, like, I mean, everything has got this curve I don't like, but it's practically perfect to where I needed it to go. Except for the fact that it's going to place not what I want it to place on. I can't rotate that the way I want. I think that's what I had to do before, is I had to build the taller stuff like that. I'm going to do it this way. It hangs extra low. I wonder if that will work. Can I mount based off the chain? I can. I can use the chain as a target point when this autosave finishes. Okay, so yeah, if you want to have it like mount to the ceiling, but you can't target the ceiling, put a chain, and you can target along the length of the chain to choose where you want it to go. And there we go. All right, get rid of that. And I just gotta get out of here. And oh, I need to set my choices for these. So we are going to barley and berries, right? Yes, barley and berry. And barley and berry ice cream. Dwarven moonshine was 3 barley, 5 berry. Yeah, okay. That, just double checking. I was pretty sure I remembered. I just, before I mess it up, wanted to make sure. So we're going to do 1, 2, and 3 barley, which makes this 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5 up top. So all these will be berry. Yeah, so much easier to maneuver up here because I don't have pipes going everywhere. There we go. Okay, so all of them are set. 20 steam requirement for the 2 brewers. Let me go. No, it won't matter because I'll have plenty of stuff. But yeah, 20 steam between the 2 automated brewers. 50 water per farm. So that's 8 farms. That's 4 water pumps just for the farms. 1 water pump handling that. I know what's going to happen now. I'm going to put this together. I am going to find out that this won't work because the pipes have a flow limit that we don't see in the numbers. But this will start pumping some water. I've got some water there. Just waiting on the... Yeah, see, that's got coal there. Obviously, the ones at the front of the chain are getting it faster because of the splitting aspect of it. Happens in Satisfactory too. But once those get to a full stack of 100 coal, then it's going to feed further and further down until everything is full. So that's going. I do want to put lights on all of this. See, that's growing. Let's just check all the way down here. It's growing. Let's kind of check over in here if I get through. It's got steam. We're just waiting on this stuff to come through. So we should see any second now. All right, I see some of them right there coming along. Here goes this. And what we should see is it splitting. Although, yep, it's splitting them between the two sides. So a bunch of berry. Again, it's producing the exact same amount, 8 each. So I did 3 spots berry, 5 spots berries, 3 spots barley. So in the end, each round produces 24 barley and 40 berry. You see, it's producing the 1 right now, which left it with 21 and 35. Now it's 18 and 30. So that's that round. I am going to need a second one, I think. Wait, no, that's not. I won't need it because it's producing 8 rounds. Yeah, or not 8. It's producing 8 rounds because it's 40 berries. So it's producing 8 rounds. Each round takes 6 seconds to produce moonshine. The crops take 60 seconds to produce. So I have enough outside the transport time on the conveyors. I have enough time for producing technically 10 rounds with this, and I'm only going to need to produce 8. So this is going to run out. It just comes down to the flow of the items here with the whole merging and everything. It may end up being a case I actually need to make a second one and have 2 Dwarven Moonshine things going. But for now, there goes moonshine. And let me eat again. Timmy, why are you hiding? He's like, I'm here. It's like, don't look at me. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that face. Look at that face. Oh, the Timmy face. There you go. Look at the camera. He's like, no. He said, don't embarrass me. Don't look at the camera. There. Yeah. Okay. I probably need to check some stuff up here. Thinking about it. As I have let that go, I know I need to go and grab, silver and gold. Let's see. Look at all of that. I'm gonna, you know what? Let's just toggle. Sell. I may actually have extra in there. I'm not even sure how much I just sold. I didn't even look. That may have actually perfectly filled up. Interesting. Okay. But yep. That's going. I just gotta go get supplies. Start loading that up. I've got plenty done. All this extra barley and berries, I'm not gonna worry about them. I'll make some money. There we go. Yeah, I'm about to have to go and start putting together some additional stuff. Wood, copper ingots, and now I'm gonna load up on barrels, which I would think, I'm not sure how long did I spend on that. I feel like that was at least a 45-minute ordeal, just that part. This should be pretty much a full stash of barrels. Ready, yep, ready to go. Take all. There we go. I'm gonna load it up, and it is going to start producing stuff. And I just noticed I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did one higher on that one. Might still join them together all the way up. Not sure. Oh, yeah. Long one. We'll do this. And now, since I don't have to worry about the seeds, which is kind of interesting with the automatic farms, that it's just water right now. You don't have to worry about providing any seeds. You don't have to worry about collecting and storing them or outputting extra seeds. It doesn't require seeds to even choose anything. That's what's kind of weird, is like the other manual farming that does, I guess. Which makes me think with the manual farming, you still got to do like sprinklers. Why would you not just automatically go ahead and do automated farming right from the start? Unless you just intentionally wanted to have a sprinkler set up because you wanted the visual look and feel of doing that. Go ahead, toss. Well, not that one in.
Yep.
We'll toss. Yep. I can go ahead and sell if I want to. Yeah, it's selling 60 gold per moonshine barrel. 25 gold per moonshine, 60 gold per barrel. So I'm taking the barrels, and it's going to be 6,000 per stack. Not the same as like just doing the emerald spot I'm going to do, where that's going to like, what, 22,000 per stack? Again, this was not about the money. This was just to say I did it. And I did it. I've got a full-on moonshine producing setup. Sells moonshine for me. I'm a bootlegger. I think that officially makes me a bootlegger. There you go. Has been known to kill goblins. Restores gold. It restores gold. It says so right there. All right. More gold, more money. And all I'm going to do now is build up walls and a floor above this. That's it. So, gold and silver. I need to get some more gold and silver. That's easy. Set that going. See where we at. We're coming up on 3 hours. I think we can squeeze out the emerald spot. I mean, you know, I can set the emeralds to produce. I just don't have everything I need yet to start making the stuff. Let me look. So I need the combinator, filters, gold gears, just to make that. So before I forget, and then I get stuck climbing. Before I forget, let's go ahead and change it to be output is filters and gold gears. Okay, we're going to change this to the filters. That's silver. And change this to the gold gears. Gold. All right. done. I'll add some lighting up here at some point. Let's get the supplies. And I mean, technically, I'm gonna do one trip, and then I'm gonna get some supplies, kind of go and think about how I want to do. Actually, I know what I need to do. I need to get some coal, top off the storage of some of these spots. Like, I know the silver spot's gonna need some more coal. I need to take coal up top for the moonshine area. So I'll do 6 stacks with the drillers, the portable drills, so 6 stacks of silver. So I just need to keep 12 stacks open. Assuming, of course, I'm going to put a few stacks in at the silver spot. Just take all of it. There's the gold. I think that, yeah, the gold. Now I'm thinking about it, it might be either through there is where the big gold piece is, the big deposit. Look at that one. I didn't even notice that one. It looks like it maybe stops right there and then goes up that way. Like, it's not actually going any further. It's just like it ends and then goes back over that direction. Okay, I did not grab that many from here, so it looks like this one's taking longer to harvest. Instead of being 6 rounds per stack of 100 coal, it's going 4 rounds per stack of 100. There's my emerald. And the other gold. And there's basically nothing in this one as far as important stuff. I kind of feel like the empty caverns like this would be good ones as I build out these tunnels in this style, and I use them for creating basically a safe spot for me to connect rail networks later. A tunnel or a cave system like this could be a good spot for a distribution center. You know, basically here's multiple spots, or here's where all the mine carts come in. They come in here. They get their supplies from here, or you'll drop off their supplies, and then it just centralizes everything across to another spot. And this, that's the hole, right? Right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Just in time. To top it off as it was about to run out. So that's Dragon Tech. I have been well. How are you? And thank you for the donation. actually double checking. I saw that pop up as I was double checking to make sure my mic didn't suddenly cut off again. I remember a giant gold deposit. I just can't remember if it was in that direction or if it was one of the tunnels I haven't made it through over there yet again. I just remember finding it and there was a bunch of ogres. Like I may just make that the new project. We'll go that direction and go looking for it after this. Let's drop off my gold and silver. I'll take the coal up top, see how much I need to bring in addition. If I need to bring a bunch, I'll come back down and get it. If not, we'll do some more cave exploring. Gotta remember where I'm going. If I can get at least the first set of things I need, I can make a combinator somewhere else to just manually put stuff in through like a storage thing or whatever like this to get it going. And up we go. Timmy. Instead of elevator music, we get elevator Timmy. And he's still like, oh, I'll be on camera. Wiggle his nose. He don't care. He says, I'm bored. I'm tired. Leave me alone. Oh, there we go. Now we get the belly. Oh, Timmy belly. That lazy. I do nothing. I'm a freeloader. Sigh. Oh, and I am already out of coal over here. I mean, that was 5 of these that needed to be completely filled. So, yeah, 5 stacks. That's good. Okay, so I do need to get some more, but not in a huge hurry. And let's just see how I'm doing. Everything's still going. Yeah, there it is. Little moonshine barrel. That's still going. It's going faster than I thought it was going to. So, yay! That's again not. I mean, 6,000 gold per stack of 100 is not anything to, you know, just dismiss. It's not the best, but for what it is, it, you know, mostly water production is the big thing there. 1 bit of steam for it, and it's on autopilot now, except for I gotta take coal and barrels up. It's money. You know, it's better than selling the barrels directly like I was doing. And there. That, let me think on this. I think I want to take some turrets with me. So cogs, ingots, wood, and of course coal. So we'll take cogs. Also we'll do that. Which ingots was it? Just iron. Okay. Then some wood. Figure, no, that's enough. And then I'm gonna grab coal over here. I got plenty. This will quickly refill. And let's go look for the giant gold deposit again. I need to know where that is. I gotta make a marker for it. Oh, that just reminded me. You know what? I have something else I need. I don't need cogs and everything. I need iron ore. You gotta have iron ore to make a beacon. Not iron ingot, raw ore. You just kind of shovel it together and, you know, a little wishful thinking, you have a beacon. That's how I imagine a dwarf crafting the beacon using iron ore. It's wood, and there's not a single bit of wood looking parts in that. It looks like it's all stone and metal. There's no stone in the recipe, and it's raw iron ore. You're not even smelting it. You're just kind of, cobble it together, and then like a dwarven Superman, you squeeze your hands and poof, a diamond beacon on a stand that, you know, looks forged. That's how it works. And can't forget the wishful thinking. You gotta have very strong wishful thinking while you're trying to make the beacon. Wishful thinking is what powers dwarven hand forging. Okay, so I'm starting to feel like it was in this direction is where I found that big gold deposit. You know, going opposite of where everything else is. Yep. I still need one more giant skull. Oh, and I did dig there and mark it, so I can't remember what's on the other side. I'm gonna look. I can't remember if I did that last time or not. I know wherever that gold deposit is, I didn't have to dig to find it. We're wandering around and I came across it, so it's definitely not in this direction. Unless it is through here and then a bunch of zigzagging. So it's gotta be back the other way. Like I came this way and it was like there's just nothing going on over here. I think this is what we did last time. There's just no good, useful stuff in here. I could be wrong. What is this? Nope, there's gold. This is not the one I'm thinking of, though. I remember another one that was just through a bunch of tunnels. Okay. Worst case, I have to come here, dig out a tunnel, maybe build up that tunnel section, and then I got a gold deposit. Just do the same thing as with silver and other stuff. Right, I'm not so worried about the gold being set up yet, because I do have that other gold deposit that's got 10,000 as well. So I've got 20,000 worth of gold available. I don't need the full auto setup yet. I remember there was another gold. Oh, and yeah, another passage through here. That's where I come down. So we got 3 caverns away in the opposite direction of all my other stuff. That's not the one I found. We got another one somewhere over here. Like, if I find it, I'll do a beacon. And I kind of almost feel like I should... There might be a room over on this side that is worth digging into. I kind of thought about doing sort of a Minecraft type thing where I basically picked a certain direction and just said, I'm going to dig in this direction. And I'm just going to keep going until I find something interesting. You know, like Minecraft, you dig and you might come across an ancient mine. And then find out that you're going to have to do some special building and such to be able to travel any further. But, oh, giant skull. I need that. I was kind of thinking it'd be kind of interesting, just, you know, I know where the far direction is. I just gotta get my bearings to know which way I'm facing for it, and I could possibly, you know, just do that. Like, okay, I'm gonna come down here, I'm facing the right way, let's just dig and just keep digging. And if I get to a point where I dig and I'm like finding no openings anywhere, then it's like, oh, well, you know, just keep going. Okay, let me think on this for a second. I came from that side. That is my stair set. Come across here, go through there to my other stuff. So I went this way into that first cavern, which means this is a cavern coming across. I think I had to build up and out before. So I think I have been in here. Just in case, I am going to grab stone so I can build a set of stairs up and out. Yeah, I should come over here and dig through there into that other cavern. And trying to just keep my bearings. This is going further in that direction than I have in any of those other tunnels I've already built. This might be the one I'm thinking of, which I'm still going in the direction of the other gold deposit. This looks familiar. Yeah, this looks familiar. Maybe I already got rid of the... Because there's the gold deposit. This is it. This was the one I was thinking of. And we already took care of them. So, okay. Or at least got those. Yeah. Alright, so... That's the way I came in. So, that is... the second cavern past, which means if I dig that way to that other cavern, then I should be able to go to the left one more on that side, and I'll be in that gold cavern there. So actually, both of these are very close together. I'm gonna just... let's just place one here. And big gold one. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one because of the open nature of that. It leaves kind of an open space, inviting something to spawn above and attack and break their way down into my thing. And there, yep, there is one of them. I see you. Come on, dude. This is why I need a gun. I need to just be able to look up there and shoot him while he's stuck. Yeah, I can build out into here. That's fine. Should be a copper right there. I want to say it's in the other direction. I did go through one cave path that gave me a bunch of turnarounds and then got me into a very long tunnel system that just kept going and going with a lot of branches. Like, no more caverns. It was just all tunnel. I see them. A couple of guys literally spawned in as I was looking. What the? I was like, I hear it. Okay, I was like, I know I hear orc guy. Did not clear this one yet. So this is a possibly very new location. Looks like there's a tunnel, or at least somewhat going back. Ah. I saw him moving. Okay. So maybe I did partially do this one. Okay. Cause that's empty. And there is a tunnel there. I see that. So it's elevated. Yeah, this is nice. So it's gotta be the other direction where all my stuff is. I know I went through and found a spot where basically it's like I come into the room and there's a tunnel that goes down and then it kind of loops back and it goes through this really, really long cave system. At one point leads up and I'm looking down to another cavern and I can't figure out which one it is. So I went and put a little beacon, or like a beacon, what's this numbers? The tethers, because you see them so much better than the torches. I put the tethers and to mark the end of a path so I could try and look up and see where it was. Could never find it. I even like logically went back through the adjacent rooms. I was like, okay, this should be the cavern that I would be standing in. Where is it? And I couldn't find it. Okay. This is here, then that's my way out. At the least, we should have a map in the style of maybe like Minecraft. You know, in Minecraft, you make a map, and then when you open it, it opens based on where you're at, middle-wise, or I feel like it was middle-wise. I can't remember. It's like, I know it's done by chunk to a certain degree, because you could then go and plaster them all up on a wall and make a big giant map. But I feel like we should have something at least in that style for this. Like, hey, let's go and have a map system that you fill out as you explore. Not it just, you know, appears like, oh, we're, you know, in the style of Minecraft is what I'm thinking, like where it just kind of, it generates around a segment rather than it being like, oh, here's the map. I mean, granted, this is a fixed sized map, so it, I guess technically would be more logical to do it that style, where you just have, here's the map, and then here's your section that is discovered, and the rest has got the fog of war type effect on it till you discover it. But you got multiple levels, you know, as far as your depth of what you're doing. So that adds a little bit more complexity to how you do that, because I mean, you know, how does the map switch? Do you have it where you just go and you flip a page kind of thing? So here's the surface, here's level 1, level 2, and you kind of decide it like that? Because as you're going, you got to have a way to show, oh, here's a tunnel that is connecting up to, from this level to the level above. All that coal, just in case ran into a big mean ogre. So that, can't forget my whiskey. Potion. Iron ore, gold ore. Wood. logs. Keep that organized. And I got coal I could take up top. Yeah. See, I was at what, no, I wasn't even at 1 million when we started, right? I was like just shy 1 million. And now I hit 1 million when we started. Now I'm closing in towards 2 million. I'm sure I need to go get more gold and silver now. Yeah, I want to say it was about 1 million. I was right at 1 million, or maybe I was just over 1 million. But I have moved up a good bit on the money. It's continuing to build. And now I've got, at least on this, I am making more money. It's going to keep going. Generating money. And I'm just going to use all this space. All this. Build the walls up. So I've got a place to put all that mining slag. All the stone I'm getting from mining. Into here, building up the walls. So this is a nice visible structure from a long distance. I may do some more cosmetic stuff with it. I think the next level up, when I get the next floor started, I may actually, now that I got some gold stuff going, we might do like gold-plated tiles and such. You know, maybe make it look a little bit fancier. Not necessarily under the spots where I'm going to build the gold coin storage, you know, kind of thing. Got the decorative stacks. But you're supposed to be able, I think, actually store some stuff in there like that too. I want to do that. I want to have like stacks of stuff like that. Stacks of gems and such. And, Master Games, thank you. Glad you enjoy the content. Yeah, I think this will give me enough of a peaceful, stress-free project to just build the walls up higher. And then I'll make I'll extend the elevator up so we'll have a third floor. And we'll keep these as ones I manually climb up the ladder. So it's just this nice big long sequence up. And then I'll build the third floor, which will be the coffers. The big hoard of gold and gems and such. We're just gonna make it look all nice and shiny and glistening to make it look like I've got a lot of glowing gold and gems. And he's gonna stay here and keep making me, give me a place to put that stuff. So now, what do I have left to do? I got supplies being built. They're probably already done, actually. I need to toy around with the combinator. I gotta build this, and then I'm gonna have to kind of look at the recipes in it for how I'm going to do that. Oh, a machine to make barrels for ale. I don't just already have... Is that what I have over there, or I thought it was just a constructor? Isn't it just a constructor over there instead of just one that goes straight into ale or into barrels? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, this is going, making that stuff. I can let that stock up. That's still producing right now. I saw that. Got this. I will have to clean all this. That's gonna be the pain. I will work on probably trying to get the emerald production spot done as well between now and the next stream. If I can't, then we'll do it next stream. And that way, emeralds, tons of money for that. Because emerald gem was single 22 or 225. So times 100, 22,500 gold per stack of 100. I go over there, I bring back 20 stacks at a time, put it in there, just leave it going. That's all it does, is go and makes the gems to sell. I'm good. You know, that makes me plenty of money. That's better than the ruby gems, better than sapphire gems. Definitely better than earth shards. And that'll be the big money maker right there. Just getting that going and having, you know, honestly, thinking about it, why bother building the polishing stuff, all of that here? I was going to do that so I could do it between the different types. So I could have like, oh, I want to make a bunch of rubies. Well, let me go get ruby. Put it here. I'm still want to do that here so I can have it producing a bunch of gems. But the emerald one is going to really just be make me money. I've got an emerald spot that is 10,000, so I can use that to go make a bunch of gems just to display. The ones I want to sell, that infinite deposit emerald, why not just build the cutter, the polisher, do the whole thing there, just like I've done the other ones. Well, and all I gotta do is carry a coal over there for fuel. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I will have to put a note for myself to remind me, but that'll be next stream. We'll just do a full, self-contained, mostly 95% self-contained emerald mine. Cut, polish, sell cycle setup, just completely on its own. Do your own thing. I'm just gonna bring you some fuel, some coal, and then that's it. I just take coal out there every now and then. It runs on its own and just makes me a lot of money, and it's easier. I've already forgotten what goes in each direction here. I've done so much exploring on the next level down, I've forgotten what the paths are for this. I really don't remember what I know that leads up to the surface. The one over here, I go through there. I feel like I found some stuff over in that direction. I can't remember now. It's been way too many hours in this going down to the next level, and I still have to find something lower. I need to find, I haven't found any place on the next level down that has, you know, previous to this update, there was, there were spots I found where it had a lava effect, or I want to say it was like almost like an obsidian type look in a couple of spots too, but there were some places I found in the previous world save where it was lava, and I have yet to find those in this one. So I might need to just go do some exploring. I might end up just digging straight down from here below, building another elevator stop, and then build another elevator stop, and just dig straight down. Make it easy. Just go up and down the elevator. That's all I gotta do. Yeah, this is, I'm feeling pretty good, you know, still making progress. I'm almost done with all the unlocks. That's already unlocked. I just can't, I haven't found Electrum yet. This, again, I need turbo filters and ruby gems. I already have the gems. I have the money, the gold, 1 million. Turbo filters, I can probably honestly figure out and make that work now, like between now and next week. And then we get the final automation, which is the infuser to infuse keys. And you see I need ruby, sapphire, and emerald gems. So I kind of want to have it. I still haven't found a sapphire spot, a deposit. So that could be a hindrance there. I'm not finding any place where it says I need Electrum either. And that's 5 million for that. Plus I need ruby ingots. I guess I take this ruby powder Ruby powder is made from the ore in the crusher, go into smelter. So you take gems, crush them to powder, and smelt them into ingots, as opposed to polishing them. I don't get that. I think I'd rather see it be just piles of gems, but everything else, I think, for the most part, I have unlocked already. Yeah, I've done all those. The base stuff is all done. We've unlocked the explosives, transport, defense. I have not unlocked flame defenses, partly because I'm not wanting to deal with this part yet. Honestly, that's not a big deal. I've got a ruby spot nearby, right down below, and I got wood right over there. I can do the barrels and the ruby powder easily enough to make supplies for making flame deterrents. Again, I'm not being attacked right now, so something's changed on that. Yeah, I just feel like this is... I need to get some of this stuff going, and then let's see, filters, goldenrods, and the combinator. You know, that's gonna be easy. Cut ruby, gem cutter, ruby gem polisher. I don't get the ingots for those. That seems like it doesn't make sense to me. Why you'd make them into ingots instead of just keeping them as gems. Obviously, again, farming, we've got the farming done. I don't get the whole manual farming since it's so easy to do the automatic farming. It just requires water. So I kind of feel like you just skip the simple farming unless you want that appearance, that visual look. Just go ahead and do the full automatic. I've got that going. It's making moonshine. Doing that. I might expand and do another farm setup, auto farm, not for money making, but for maybe doing like I might make an extra thing for whiskey, dwarven whiskey, because, well, I could get the moonshine, and I did drink whiskey by accident, I think, or the moonshine by accident. I think I did that during the live stream. If I didn't, then there goes one. Okay, didn't do it on that. I know I did it one time with the moonshine, and there is a drunken effect from it. But it does restore health and handle hunger. I kind of... Since we don't have a way to raise boars yet, we don't really automate that with the cooking. I could make the barley bread. That gives me, you know, I could do something like, okay, let's do a barley production thing that goes right into making, well, hang on. I don't have an auto cooker. Right, that's, yeah, it's not going to do any bread. So I still, you know, I sold a bunch of barley. I should have kept that. I could have made barley bread again. You know, it comes down to I just got to do the cooking. I technically could make a barley production setup that produces a bunch of barley, and I make bread, and I have unlimited food. I don't have to worry about going get the boar. I expect, though, we're probably going to get some kind of boar animal husbandry type thing where we can manage and raise livestock, at least the boars, if they don't add anything else. And Esor. Oh yeah, potion crafting. I still got all these. Extra coal ore there. I forgot about that too. I got plenty. Okay. Yeah, maybe do some more automated farming. For the most part, I think I'm pretty much set on that, unless food becomes a problem. Really, it's just kind of continue to expand until they do the new update, which is mostly focused on the item factory management type stuff. Again, they're changing the mergers, splitters, so they're a better stackable design. I think they should be a much smaller design overall, and we're going to get a 3 to 1 and 1 to 3 variation on those. I don't remember much else for the coming update, but There goes my fortress. Just keeps going higher. I may do some wandering around as I do some more tunnel digging and just kind of building more paths around everything. Actually, now thinking about it, I don't have the wood to do this. I need to play with the plaques a bit. They're small, like that, but you know, I could possibly do it. Actually, I might just do the signs, like a signpost. You come out of a tunnel, and there's a sign, and it's like, forward is this stuff, right is this stuff, left is this stuff. You know, have it where, like, when you come out one direction, going this way, it's got a sign that tells you what's going that way, and then something when you go through the other way of a tunnel, it tells you that way. I need a way to organize my pathing in this on how I know which way to go to find certain things. It's getting confusing. But I think for now, I am going to save. Autosave works constantly. We know that because it lags, but I'm going to save and we're going to wrap it up because it is getting toasty in this room. And Timmy is laid out. Let's get him back in camera. Look at that, Timmy. Look at that. Ooh. I'm scratching right here and the leg comes up. Scratch here. This is what he wants scratched. Wants right in there. Oh, what is he likes to have his leg scratched. That's, I mean, it's not even like the outside of the leg. He wants you to scratch on the inside of the leg. That's what he does to my mom all the time. Like if she sits down next to him, his leg just goes up. Back leg goes up. He's like, scratch me. Like that. That's Timmy, yeah. So, thank you, Jenny. Hope you have a good weekend and rest of your week as well. Timmy has mad skills. Oh yeah, he knows exactly what he's doing when he's like, yeah, show me attention. He knows exactly how to get the attention, how to say like, yeah, this is where you scratch me. Or does like that. If you saw it there, the whole. I scratch him and I stop, he'll sit there. Do that, like keep petting me. He tells you to pet him. Waiting for him to do it. What do you want? You want me to pet you? Scratch? Exactly like that. Pet me. Pet me. That's exactly what he does. You want a bearded dragon? We'll get you a bearded dragon. I mean, you know, help her pack her bags. Say sorry, bearded dragon didn't make a complaint about how the wife having to leave. Just tell her like, look, the bearded dragon didn't say you had to leave. He's the one that's being like nice and compliant. You know, you're the one that's saying if you get a bearded dragon, I go. You know, you're like, she's the one that's giving you the ultimatum. The dragon is all on board with everybody being there. Oh, and then the sad looks. Oh yeah, no more in-laws. That would be the way to do it. Is it a matter of they're like they won't, like she's gonna leave you, or is it a matter of if you get a bearded dragon, she won't be anywhere near you when you have the bearded dragon with you? Because that right there, you know, If she doesn't have like an allergy, it's not like a cat or pet dander allergy. Like, oh no, you can't have a dog because I'm allergic kind of thing. And if the pet, you know, hair gets around the house, be sneezing all the time. If it's just like freak out, she's gonna move out. Okay. See, again, the bearded dragon is not going to give you that ultimatum. Bearded dragon's not going to say, hey, if she stays, I move out, you know. Can't have the dog. Gotta have the dog. Timmy, let me hold your paw for a second. Yeah. No? But put his head in my hand. Allergies, oh. See, I think in that case, I would just be like popping Benadryls. Fortunately, I don't have an allergy to dogs. I have an allergy to cat dander. And it's not like a bad allergy, you know, it's not going into any kind of shock. My throat doesn't close up. I do get bad sinuses, but the worst part is every time if I don't know it, especially if there's cat dander around and I get just a little bit of it on my hand or something like that and I touch my face, if it gets around my eyes, they will go like completely bloodshot. I mean, like, think movie type bloodshot, like, you know, just complete dark red all over, and it'll be that way for like 2 or 3 hours before it goes away, just from getting mainly cat dander around. And Benadryl does not help make it go away any faster. My neighbor, she still has a cat, and fortunately the cat doesn't get up on anything and doesn't come around, like, nervous around me, definitely nervous around Timmy for the most part, so it's not a problem as far as with her cat. But yeah, in the past I had a woman I was dating. We went to some of her friend's house for her friend's birthday, and cat wasn't around, but the cat, you know, got up on all the furniture and just we're sitting there, and all of a sudden everybody's like, your eyes are red. What's up? What's wrong? And I was sniffing. I didn't notice it, you know, it being that bad. And it was like, yeah, my eyes were just, you know, about that color red. About like that was the way my eyes were. So I can't be around cats. I didn't have that problem as a kid. It just kind of happened. I don't know when it happened. It was just like one point I was around cats as a kid, then I wasn't around cats for a few years, and then suddenly I was around a cat, and I now have an allergy to the cat. You know, asparagus, I've got an allergy to it, but it was one of those things that I saw it building up, you know. It was like I'd eat it, I'd get itchy, and I eat it, get itchier, and then I kept eating it. It got to a point where it wasn't just itchy, but I was starting to get blisters on my fingers if I like touched it. And now if I touch asparagus, my skin will blister, you know, later on. Like, I'll get itchy, you know, if I touch it, and then I like scratch my arm, my shoulder, or whatever, that area will get super itchy and sometimes even blister. And it's happened over time. The cat thing just was like out of nowhere. Yeah. What's up? Want to say hi? Want to sit in my lap? You want to hop in the lap with me? You want to hop in my lap for a second? You want to sit up here and go hi? That's you with cats as well? Yeah. It's only a problem if you gotta be around cats a lot. Yeah. Timmy, you want me to get you your own microphone? We get you a doggy headset. Get, you know, like earmuffs, microphone, Timmy ASMR. I love how he looked right at the camera right there, like, help. Timmy ASMR. He just sits there and you just get to hear him licking. And then, you know, chirping as he dreams. Whoa. Timmy, look up. Look at the camera. Yeah. It's you. You're on camera. And you see yourself. You see yourself there. Right there. And now he's like, I'm sitting down. Alright, come on. Foot up. There you go. There you go. Oh, well, how'd you? Now you're fighting back. What's the matter? You want to go somewhere? You do some doggy business? Yeah? Doggy business? You gotta go outside? You gotta go in the backyard? You need to pee? You gotta pee? He was like, are you letting me go or not? Alright, yep, we're gonna wrap it up because he's got his business to do and they are now pinging me about work stuff. So, I gotta go check on a server thing. So that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thank you, Dragon Tech, for that donation again. And we'll do this next time, same place, more Orebound. I'm gonna try to remember. Worst case, yeah, a quick little emerald self-sustaining or self-earning emerald setup, and then maybe some more playing around with the surface area build. But we'll do some more building next time, more refining, producing, getting that gold, because we're dwarves, that's what we do. And yeah, anything comes up this week, again, waiting on the new expedition to start for No Man's Sky to check out the new update where we could go now dig bones up and build like little bone collections, like museum style things. Whenever that expedition starts, we'll dive into that for a live stream. So if that comes up this week, chances are it might. This should be 2 weeks now since the update dropped. If the expedition starts this week, we'll do that next week. If not, back to Orebound. And that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Go enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your weekend, and we will see you next time.